Good evening. This presentation is being presented by Christopher Kiley from the University of Maryland Global Campus, class HSMN 610, Dr. Drew, and this presentation will be on the USA Patriot Act. The thesis. The USA Patriot Act was created to improve national security and prevent terrorism, but it raises important questions about civil rights and faces challenges in its implementation. This presentation will closely analyze its effectiveness, the legal issues it has faced, interagency coordination, and suggestions for improvement in a rapidly changing threat environment. I selected this as my research topic based on how truly relevant it is. It's something that was passed when I was younger, and now I can understand and see what some of the implications are of this act. Over the next 3 slides, we'll be going over key findings of the USA Patriot Act. Number 1, surveillance and information collection. The act expanded the government's authority to conduct surveillance on individuals suspected of terrorist activities. For example, it allowed the FBI to monitor phone calls and emails without a warrant under certain circumstances. This raised serious concerns about privacy rights and the extent of government surveillance on its citizens. The second key finding is information sharing. The act aimed to improve communication between federal, state, and local agencies. It created systems for better sharing of information, making it easier to coordinate responses to potential threats. The goal was to break down divisions between different agencies and encourage collaboration in the fight against terrorism. The third key finding, law enforcement powers. Law enforcement agencies received increased powers to conduct searches and detain individuals believed to pose a threat. This included sneak and peek searches, where authorities could enter a property without immediately notifying the owners. Critics argue that such surveillance practices undermine individual rights and freedoms, raising significant ethical concerns. Has it been effective? Has the Patriot Act been effective? There have been instances where the provisions of the USA Patriot Act have helped prevent terrorist attacks. In 2009, the FBI was able to prevent a plot to detonate a bomb at the U.S. military base in Fort Dix, New Jersey, using information obtained through surveillance. This incident highlighted how the act could potentially disrupt dangerous plans before they came into fruition. Who's involved? Department of Justice, DOJ. This department is responsible for enforcing federal laws and overseeing the FBI's counterterrorism operations. The DOJ has faced scrutiny for its handling of surveillance requests and its approach to civil liberties. Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI. The FBI serves as the primary agency for domestic counterterrorism efforts, utilizing the expanded powers granted by the Act. Its role has been essential in interpreting and applying the provisions of the USA Patriot Act in investigations. Department of Homeland Security, DHS. The DHS coordinates efforts to protect the nation from terrorism and other threats. Its involvement in intelligence sharing and community outreach is vital for the effective implementation of the Act. Future considerations. The need for continuous assessment of the USA Patriot Act is critical as security challenges evolve. Engaging public opinion and policy-making processes will help ensure that civil liberties are protected while maintaining effective security measures. A commitment to transparency and accountability will be essential in rebuilding the trust between the government and the public. Recommendations going forward. Engaging with the public. As public attitudes toward national security and civil liberties shift, policymakers must remain flexible to these changes. Engaging with constituents through town hall meetings, surveys, and social media platforms can provide a valuable look into how the public feels. This engagement can help inform policy decisions and bring together a collaborative approach to security and civil liberties. Second, ensuring protection of civil liberties. The fundamental principles of democracy require a commitment to protecting civil liberties. As threats evolve, so too must the commitment to upholding the rights of individuals. Policymakers should prioritize civil liberties in the formulation of security policies, ensuring that any measures taken do not overly infringe upon individual freedoms. This commitment is essential for maintaining the democratic values that reinforce American society. Thank you for taking the time to view my presentation. This is the end. Below are my sources that I used while making this.